Okay, hey Hootie. So let's do this. Let's try to do it short and sweet. Yeah, I've taken a look at this game a bit because I recorded like a very long video and I think it's just like too much. So I'm gonna try to go short. I think there's some problems that are sort of the same as the last video. Like they switch Ryan and now it becomes a problem for you. Um, and then on attack, you run a Rissa to deal with the Rhine, which is fairly useful, but the problems have to do with just like a kind of basic concept of tanking, which is do more damage than you take. Do pressure. We need to create pressure. Pressure creates space. Yeah. Pressure is usually damage. It's like we damage someone, so we might kill someone, so we might kill them, and then someone reacts, uses a cooldown, and we generate a kill off that. We at least move them away from good parts of the map. Um, Pressure can also be objective pressure. If you're standing on point, getting objective progress, preventing objective progress, they need that to happen for them to win. Uh, and so that can be a problem for them, especially if they're relying on the payload on this map, which has these very long sight lines, good defending high grounds. Especially if they're relying on the objective for cover. Okay. The other thing that's going on is we still need to work on just keeping track of our team. That thing I told you like the last time, I think you still need to do that consistently. You'll notice on tank, uh, the reason I chose to start here is just like people feel safe standing next to you, which is a good thing and bad thing. Not every tank wants that, first of all, and second of all, like it means that your position, like your decisions about when and where to take a fight, your team will naturally kind of follow you for better and for worse. Okay, so if doors are about to open, or they've just opened right now, and we need to do our count 1, 2, 3. So where is our fifth teammate? Um, we'd be able to see the outline in the game, but they're in spawn, right? So already we're 4v5 for a while. Now, if it's me, I'm thinking I need to play really passive backup. I need to maybe put out some provisional pressure just to like build out and stuff. But I'm also like, I'm stalling, basically. I'm going to go back. And the reason for that is also I know this map. Well, we'll just play this out and maybe try to think about what's wrong with this position beyond the 4v5 stuff. We'll go like 1.5 speed. Okay. So what's happened? Like, the Freya really easily just walked over on top of you, right? Without taking any damage. She has this corner for cover, and boom, she has a sight line she can open up. The Reaper did take damage because the Junkrat pushed him, but it's a bad decision by him because the Reaper could get here without taking any damage, yeah? The D.Va flanked you without taking any damage. Now, she's not going to win this trade, but she doesn't sort of have to because she took your attention away from those guys, right? And like, you go and you fight her, right? And I like that you split your shield. We could have maybe thrown it a little more forward to just really cut these guys off. The shield's gonna force the Moira to like walk in here, which would be like a great, that would be the target to damage and try to kill, yeah? But she's actually done her job, sort of, because you're focused all the way over here. This Freya kind of has free range to take pot shots. This Reaper can get in a place. You could have damaged him up here. He was half health. He's going to get in a place to try to go on your back line, right? So on this point, normally on like Sig, I'll try to be more like up here. This cover is almost non-existent, but it kind of works, and you can start damaging them when they're about here, or really when the payload gets about here. Usually your team will be there or down around this corner, so they can shoot into this, and suddenly you have this really powerful choke going on. And I might, if someone tries to go this way, because you can go up the stairs around the back here to try to push this high ground, for example. People can also come over the top here, like a wrecking ball, an echo, a Pharaoh, a Junkrat. Usually, though, I'm kind of here. Depending on how locked down we have them, I might try to hold this a little. If I get pushed, I can back up to this cover. Usually, like melee tanks will, or like brawl tanks will come up these stairs and then try to clear this high ground. If they can get here, they have a pretty good chance because there's not a lot of cover for us as defenders. Like this wall protects us this way, but not really this way. But the thing is, we can pretty easily come back here and be a lot safer. And we can also like pretty easily back off here, and we have this other choke, right? So I'm usually out there. If we're winning the fight and I need to like clear out, I might use this. This is pretty typical, especially something like Ramatra, this SUV cover. Range tanks, I might be out there. And at worst comes to worst, I can drop and take this corner, and this corner is very, very, very good. It's a lot like Eichenwald or something in that they have to walk through this. There's just not a lot of cover. You just have to walk through here. It has that high ground for DPS, the range characters, Zenyatta, whatever. It has this cover, so like our DPS can take this wide angle. It's really tough to break this choke. And so when I have a situation like this, we're still 4v5 because the Junkrat died, I'm thinking like, okay, worst comes the worst, like this is my like rally point. We can get a hold going on here. Yeah. I like that rock. Also just say, because I want to focus on the vortex. Because it's like, it's a thing that happens too early, too late. I'm not sure you're like using it for something. Like, it'll cast our arm menacingly at her. Maybe we heard the micros. We were trying to get the Mora orb. But like, it doesn't get us anything. Like, we're full health. We have a shield. I might shield this way, take the diva out of the game and vortex at her, but I'd probably shoot her first. And it would just be like, if I'm a little low health and I know if I close the distance I can get the kill. But like, right about now, you know, I hear her do a little rapid fire thing and she's point blank. That's when I would vortex. And again, we use it to like hold a spot. So I would maybe vortex to like walk back here so I can stay here and shield, or vortex to walk across here so I can come up here with full shield and start. You start to see how, if we're looking at this from like up here, very easy shots, and diva has to either boost up here in a rocker or walk up, like boost down here, wait a sec, and then come up. And I can still fight her, right? Or even if we're just as simple as back here, we can spam, right? Still, I like the rock when she boosts. Generally a good use for it. But we're just not... We're not really, like, gonna kill anyone right now. That's a good vortex. because you know Diva matrix micro missile that you can eat a lot of it. And I got a rock. And yeah, we just trim those edges, right? Here I'd be thinking like actually shield this way. We can shield Moira heals, we can shield this damage. We take a bunch of people out of the fight. She's gonna have a hard time staying here. I like the target focus here. This is a great vortex. She used her stuff. Now we use our vortex and we can just walk, and now we can put our shield up to enforce the space, right? While our vortex comes back. Vortex, I guess I think of kind of similarly to like Orisa spin. Like sometimes we use it to close distance on people. Sometimes we use it to go like sort of cover to cover to the next place we think we can hold. Then we use our shield a bit. On Orisa we use our gold and see if we can hold it. And if we can't, we're trying to back off with our next vortex or our next spin. We might go to this cover, we get pressured, we might spin on Orisa, like spin and face them, the spin and like disengage. Or we get a kill like we do on the Stiva. We might spin or vortex or something to close distance to like this place, and now we can take more damage here, but we have this extra overhealth and we can kill him. Anyway, you get your ult like super early, and as soon as I see, kind of when I see that, but especially when I see that Moira fade. I am thinking ult like 100% this whole sequence because they're all on the ground. I really want to kill Baby Diva so it like delays their it just staggers them so much if you get a kill on her because she's already been without her mech. They've already been without a tank for a while and you're getting these kills. So I want to make sure I kill her before she gets her mech back because then they can take a fight again. And I see them through this choke. So if I ult, everyone's gonna like run away. Movement abilities will come out like when I press the trigger. But I also know they're all gonna have to go through this thing. So if I get them like they're kind of here and I can ult like here, I'll stand a good chance of getting like 3 of them. They're all squishies and I can probably get at least like 2 kills. And again, Baby Diva top priority. And because I have my ult really soon, it's not like you want to make sure you win a fight with your ult. If it were me, I might not ult. Like I might just try to kill all these guys since I don't have the Baby Diva. Be super aggressive with my positioning. But in general, it's like you don't want to just like waste ult, but at the same time, the sooner you use your ult, the sooner you get start building the next ult, right? And in the long term, and again, that's what wins it. And so I guess for me, the decision would be like, I think I can get a big ult here. It'll win the fight. It'll reset down. They'll have to walk all the way back. I would probably go ahead and do it. Especially after I see this Moira fade. Now I know she can't get away. Right? We flux and aim it like here. We get all those guys. They're pushed forward trying to help their Reaper. And like, I don't know why you're so scared of them. Because almost none of them can do damage. I would be throwing a shield to prevent Baby Diva from building ult. And I'd just be walking and trying to kill these guys really hard. Looking for a rock or something. It's still not the worst thing in the world. Do you see how easy this choke is to hold? And again, like, they're fighting... Right? That's fine. Maybe you weren't sure, but you're really shielding only yourself. It'd probably be better to just shield these guys, take this cover, and when Diva ults, I'm looking to try and kill her if I can. Because then, again, it kills the tank, right? I think you're about to ult here. I don't mind that, so that you can stay here. But again, we're like, it's hard to kill her because she just matrixes, right? And she gets healed and stuff. And she's succeeding in pulling us away from like just protecting this space so that our team can shoot, right? There's no reason to point blanker here. I would just be like, okay, you can't move me. Diva can't move you. Like, screw you. I'm gonna try to stay here, 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 right? I don't mind this. Diva used a movement ability. Reaper used a movement ability. Let's see him. We get this reset. I'm going up here. I'm here. Because now they have to do all this crap again and come through. And if I do that, my team will come around. Maybe Widow will take like this sight line over here, like provisionally. And then I'm just making Ryan walk into like all this spam. I think you forget about your shield here, maybe. So I would have wanted you to be up over where the Ashe is earlier to like prevent her from taking this without Ryan helping. And then falling back to here like I was talking about, because now if Ryan wants to go around a corner and he hasn't gone up these stairs, he's in this weird spot where like he has to go all the way this way to go get you. And if he does that, he traces back to your team, who just shoot him, right? And also if he does that, he see the choke. His supports are way not, right? But this is pretty good spacing for Ryan. Especially if you used your shield. But look how easy it is to move Ashe, right? And here's a play. Ryan charges in, just throw a shield behind him. And nobody can really help him. He might get pulled or something, but then you force the pull. Like, look how much trouble they have with these. Reaper faded here. That's one of those I can kill this guy cues. And if you have Rock and he's about to come out of Fade, he's super easy to hit, right? And then when you get this ult, I think you don't really know what to do with this. It knocks people down who you're near, so you just try to get near someone and then kill them while they're on the ground. Rock them and it's like 100%. Like, see? We knock her down, and we primary melee ideally, but even just 2 primary directs. And that's a kill on carry. Yeah, keep our focus. We just kind of like walk into melee range with Ryan, and it's like, it's bad, unlucky to take this pin, but it's the main thing he can do to us. And I'm seeing you rock him just to rock him and like hope it lands. You should be saving it. Now this is your tool to keep the takeaway. Same thing as Devo, right? She boosts, you rock. If he's going for the pin, you rock. And mostly, you know, he's like a bull and you're like a matador. And we want to instead, like, first of all, we're probably just okay with our position of gear. Because then we stop this Lifeweaver from coming up. We can shoot these guys who are low health. But all that said, if you do for some reason need to be here, we want to be like keeping things between us and him and thinking about behind us. Does he have a good pin on us? If we fight him here and he pins us and it goes like this way, we're kind of okay conceding that because we just throw a shield behind him and he's stuck, right? It's still like a good play by him. And now, but it works out, right? Like he still dies from that. And now this was like, I spent a lot of time looking at this last time, like, because I see this and I think you're gonna win, like hold them here. And that's because, like, that's the weird thing about the 2 fights at a point is like it takes a long time for the card to round here. And it's very easy for your team to disengage and have this other, like, brutal corner with this free high ground, that free high ground. This is completely safe, really hard to challenge. There's not really a good route to it for the attackers. They have to try to take this space, which, again, from that high ground is really good. I don't know. Okay, this explains something. I don't know why. I guess this is a miss click, a miss trigger. I think Lightweaver was trying to pull you because Widow should be up here. But again, I even see this. I had no problem with even that. But you should be doing that for like a second. You're not going to kill people. You don't want to be in a small room with Ryan, right? We wouldn't be keeping him back. We're beating him with a racket. Rackets aren't that great weapons, so sometimes like we're not going to be able to like keep them away, but we actually want to be like kind of here. Like, fuck you, beat you with a racket, beat you with a racket. And honestly, we can even play back here because the card has to like cross the finish line, not just touch it. Because that's what we're playing for here. Our spawns are closer than theirs. We get a kill, we win. Even if we lose a guy, their run back is fast. So as long as we trade, we're going to win this fight. It's a great place to hold. Especially now our Widow's on height. So if it were me, I would honestly be like here opening it up. I might poke through there. I'm trying to keep an eye on the whole team. And I might even be like over here. Because really, I know I can't contest really this space. It's not that valuable to me. They're pretty safe over here, right? Like, it's pretty easy for Ashe. Even though she's low, she just runs away from that angle, right? But if I open up this angle and put some pressure, that can be, like, that can work out. Now, the Reaper, he makes a hero play here. You could have maybe seen it if we had been, like, we're trying to always open up angles on Sig. That's what it is. Kind of get wider than their team and head them off of the pass, sort of. And we might have been able to see this. It's asking a lot from you, but our tools, if we hadn't just tried to rock around shield, it like we could have rocked him on a teleport and into the ult. It's not the hardest rock in the world, even at range. If you anticipate it's gonna happen, and we could have maybe thrown our shield back, disengaged a bit because we know these guys are in trouble, like to here or something. Or if we've been on this side, first of all, there's a mega there. To here. And we can still contest. Because that's what we want to do, is make sure we at least have a solid fight right when a payload touches. Because playing here like this forward, your supports are going to be worried about you a bit, yeah? And one other thing is just if we go back, one other thing is just like when we're at the end of a point like this, it might seem silly because you're like, you're the payload. What the hell? Again, we're playing keep away, so here, much better. Because Ryan has to round this corner, right? He has to walk to you to be able to hit you in the head. So make it harder for him. Right, and we're standing here. They're safe, they're safe, they're safe. They hit you. You're standing over here. This cover isn't as good. They can still round it, but they have to take this wider lane. Like if your Widow was out there, they'd be exposing themselves to that shot. They'd be exposing themselves to Junkrat shots. Right? But what I was going to say is just we die on payload here and stop it from moving. It touches that a little later. And then we get like our previous spawns that are just over there. Like this backup, this little backup here, which, you know, is reasonable because of the spot you put yourself in earlier. We die right as the payload touches, and so we get a bad spawn. Do you see how far it has to go to actually lock in? Like, we can contest from here. Kind of here, and like, if it's just a little further back, like suddenly we have this thing to kind of like keep away with, right? So I don't know if it would have helped, but it makes a really big difference to respawn at the old spawns versus the new. And now here, they didn't really spend any ult to win it. They just spent Reaper ult, and they haven't really made any other ults. So we need to be thinking about that. The way a lot of these games happen in lower ranks is like there's a bit of an ult dump that goes on, and so you're about to get just completely dunked on. But do you see how much like payload time it costs you to not have like a really solid fight at the end here? Like by the time we're ready to even fight them, which we're probably gonna lose because of the ult, like payload's already up here. And on this point, really we want to try and stop the payload. Like we lose that fight, we want to fight like around this area. Payload stuck like here-ish. Depends what tank we're on. But on Sig, I'm like, this is probably like a pretty common situation, but I'm like here-ish. I'm trying to push them downhill, push them off so I can retake the payload. And suddenly, like, this place is hard for them to back up. They can disengage like here, but I have cover to like push them. And if I can get them like a one fight here, this becomes a really good hold for me. They have their spawn there. My team still has this high ground. It's like a pretty similar fight to the first one, only I don't need to be down there to contest. I can stay up here. I can like maybe initially be here and annoying and shield like my Widow. I can come here and fight. I can back off. And again, my team has this very safe space back here to help me. So like this vortex really blows you the... Like I think it's because you see the Reaper maybe shooting you. And I think I told you use it to walk. But we have like almost full health shield. We just throw it like towards them and hold on to our vortex to react to big damage coming our way. And we're just in a much better spot. Like you have it as sort of a, it's like a, not exactly a reverse card, but it's like, it can help you absorb like a lot, because it absorbs sort of unlimited damage, right? And we're about to get Bob and then Shatter and then Kyriel. And usually when Curio goes, that's right when I vortex. And they throw that all. And at this point, it's pretty devastating. It's like good good macro play from them. But again, these ends of the point, our spawn is like there. Their spawn's all the way back there. So if we just hold on, play tight to this corner, even tight to this corner, like Ryan has to walk across this thing to swing at us, so we can kind of attrition him out. But we took so much damage. And we're late in our rock here. And he just pushes us back. But if we'd like just held on just a little bit to get our Sigmal, it was possible to maybe like contest this. I think you're not in a good spot because of the earlier stuff. But for me, if I had like kited the Rhine a bit, maybe played like this side, whatever, it was possible. But there's a lot of kind of just shit not going your way. So then, right, this choke. Again, I see some movement abilities. I see Suzu. That would be the big thing. I see Lifeweaver dash, but mainly Suzu since it can save people. I might be thinking maybe I can ult here. Because they don't have many places to run away from. Two, I mean. Okay. But for now, what I'm doing is, yes, we get on high ground because Ryan, it's harder for him to go up the high ground. And it gives us this, and we're fighting kind of for this, and we might back off like kind of here. We might back off kind of here. We might eventually, if we had a clean reset, have just go up here. Fight, fight, fight. Try to keep people off of here. We can always back up kind of this way. We can drop. Use our vortex back up. Get back up the stairs. But this is like, it's a pretty good spot. Like even that rock, you know, there's like just a little cooldown after we see that teleport. I would be like, where is he? Because we're safe here. We can check in with our team. And I didn't point that out earlier, but like, before you round this corner, you're safe. You can check on your team 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of figure out what you need to do. We could have also played like this cover to help us survive. We just kind of end up here and take like a bunch of damage, use all our cooldowns, and just get owned. Right, and this is kind of the next corner that we can hold. You wait out the CC, which is good. However, that's kind of a mistake on her part. And here, we trim that hedge. We can't do that much to him. That shield's fine. That is a great vortex. Look how much health you get from that. See what I mean? It's like a bend but don't break ability. It's like I'm gonna catch you and then kind of like push back forward. And that, and now we can just walk on these guys. We don't want that Reaper there, so we take his space. Keep him at a distance. If he were to stay there, we damage him to half health. He uses his fade, like, and he stays there. That's when we start walking, trying to kill him just with our guns and then like our balls, and then we might grasp to stop him from getting health and let him shoot a few shots, and then just shoot melee for the finisher. But like, look how annoying this is for the rest of his team. I would have just thrown my shield like more this way so that I have a little more space to work with if I want to rock him. Even here, like at this moment, oh, you're moving. At this moment, I want to do 1, 2, 3. Where's our other guy? Flanking. 4. Ah, yeah. Outlines are kind of inconsistent because we're kind of safe. Maybe like a little earlier when Orion was coming. I'm here. I had this cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? I like that you're looking the other way. For a moment. You should be looking for that longer. I see that fade from that Reaper. That is like a... He should die for that mistake. Because he can't escape now, so I would be pushing him. I might shield here, and I would be like looking for the shoot melee as he comes out of it. And then probably vortex so that he doesn't self-heal. Countering to get this mini, and then shoot melee. Like he is dead, or a rock on him. I don't think you have that cooldown. And here, like, I just think you give it space too easily. Like we see this, we have this life weaver ult, right? It gives us overhealth over near it. So we can mix it up with this Reaper a bit. As long as we have our grasp, like we can fight him a bit, and if he gets us low, we just grasp, and he'll heal us. But we're here, we can use this for cover. We like sort of force him out. We start damaging these guys, and if the Rhine like wants to turn around and pressure us, that's fine. We'll have this Junkrat, we have this Hanzo up here to damage him. I think it's just not knowing that that corner is really strong. Because once we get in this situation, it can be sort of hard to hold because they get high ground on us. They get this cover, that cover, payload cover. And we have cover, but it's like, it's easy for them. Once they get out to here, like we're forced out of here, we have to be like a little more back like this or over there. So we're doing that bend not break thing where we kind of like slowly want to push them back. Your shield really could have helped here. Just anytime Ryan charges forward. But here, that guy jumps in like... It's like a point blank rock. That could be a rock. That, I would just be looking for shots and melee on him, like... The vortex, the grasp is your trump card, so we do some stuff, he like tries to shoot us in response, then we grasp, and then he doesn't have any bullets, right? Does that make sense? It's kind of a pressure thing. We should have been able to force these guys back after the Rhine died. The Reaper's the hardest one, so we get rid of him first. We take some of his team out with the shield. Yeah. It's kind of like, by the time you're doing that, like, you're already pretty fucked. If you'd done it, like, right when the ult went, you maybe could have gotten overhealth with a shield to cover the extra damage coming in. But we just kind of lose 10 ult dump. So, for me, like... This defense, there's a stagger problem going on, and then there's a sort of like, we just don't know where the fight should be thing going on, and then it's, like I said, like, we don't really look behind us. to see our team is, and we don't really use like, especially our grass, but kind of the rocks are wasted on like Ryan's shield. We just throw it into Ryan's shield a bunch. Um, and so like, you know, it's a combo. It's not just you. Like your team really sucks at widening angles as well. So we're gonna try a different approach now, I think, and go to Orisa. And Orisa, why is she good into Ryan? It's because she does more damage than she takes, like in a 1v1. Ryan has to cross all this distance. Orisa doesn't have fall off. She can just shoot him. She can wear down his shield over time. If he tries to pin her, if he tries to charge at all, like she can javelin him. She can spin and that boops it back. She can turn gold and that makes her unmovable, right? It's just like and she has all this armor. Like it's really hard for him to move her from a position. And on Orisa, like even though that match is good, Ryan still has like 1200 health on his shield, yeah. And then on this armor, he has 700 health. Like, our chances of killing him by just shooting him and nothing but him are low and do more damage than you take. Like, if we're damaging a shield, it'll start to limit what he can do, but it's like the highest health thing you can possibly shoot. And it regenerates when he puts it down. And because that, then we're not putting damage, so we're not putting pressure anywhere else. And that's basically like what happens. Here, like, that's fine. Spin it, take this cover. And for me, I'm just sitting here. Yeah, probably this side. Shooting. I like that target focus on the Moira. Now we push him back. Like, she chanced ahead to use another, which is just like, fuck you, fuck you. Oh, look, there's an opening to go around. So like there, we're kind of fighting him, but we don't need to be point blank of him. Just pull back, shoot him. We probably could have been looking for a kill on that guy. We can also look for like long range javelins, since he has so many tools to stop him from swinging and charging you. But that gold usage is like pretty correct. You know, we wear out a shield. Now we look for these kills. Because we had no fall off. We have a fair amount of spread, but no fall off. So like, it's actually pretty easy to at least get her to like close this angle. And we need to worry about this guy. Sojourn melts tanks if you're not paying attention to her and like angling off her damage. Right? Like here I can shoot the Ren, I can shoot the Moira, and she can't see me, right? Here I can shoot the Ashe, and no one else can damage me. And that's kind of what's going on in this game. It's like you're taking a bunch of damage from damage sources that you're not shooting back. So we're just taking way more damage than we take here. And we do. Like here, we could just like hug this thing. Oh. If we want to shoot, clear Ashe off, we can hug this, and like Ashe can't really shoot us, and we can just shoot this Sojourn and try to javelin her. We didn't even be here. You'll notice, like, even though neither you're trying to hold, like, naturally the tank ends up here by this SUV. Yeah? And then the other thing is, like, usually these guys have, like, a better setup than you did. This is a pretty typical thing. Like, a support's kind of there. A ranged DPS is kind of here. Another one is probably, like, coming down main. Usually there's another support kind of like here. On tank, on attack, on Orisa, Ramatra, those kind of tanks. We're trying to get a payload like up to here. We're using it for cover. And then at some point, because the tank's usually here, like the payload's gonna stop. And that's when we go out these stairs. And we're trying to kind of fight our way this way to kind of clear it, the high ground. And we don't chase kills into here because this side of the choke is really hard to break. But we get everyone back, and then we're probably trying to drop and push these guys forward, like separate their team a bit. Here, like here. We get his shield busted, he can't do that much to us unless we have some sort of cooldown. We start looking around him. That's when it becomes really annoying for Ryan. Like, you broke the barrier, and I think you're thinking, now I can finally kill him. Like, go for this guy. He's way less health. You've got to kind of be like that tackle. We're always trying to get around. See how you just, like, they spend all their stuff on the Ryan. And he just does not die. And meanwhile, like, this Sojourn has got to be close to him. Yeah, she has her ult. Because we're shooting a lot, but it's not effective damage, right? We have him here. Great. He can't do that much shit there. We make him move, and then we try to get this guy. We try to get that guy. Yeah. This guy walking forward. And you're just kind of like constantly on Orisa in this mode of like, it's like an edge rusher. We're gonna like push it back that way. I'm gonna try to go this way. I'm gonna push it back that way. I'm gonna push you. Oh, I got this space. Now I'm gonna go this way. She's like a plow. Oh, I got here. Now I'm gonna kind of play here. Try to shoot these guys. I'll go back here because the tank's getting too close to my team, right? That's kind of how it works. You should have gotten stopped there. We could have just javelined him. Nice shatter block. I like that you back off here. Because you didn't have cooldowns, that wasn't your turn. If you had cooldowns, seeing this, I would have maybe tried to push or kill, like, pin a guy. If you hit a wall when you javelin someone, they're, like, stunned for a sec. And you can just headshot, they're, like, dead. But yeah, we want to just shove our gun into squishies. I understand the idea of ulting in that you saw a clump of people, but first of all, they have this ult. So it's gonna be hard, but most importantly, like, your team's back here. Right? Remember the Ryan, like, he was in some trouble on this corner, but, like, you couldn't kill him, right? Like, the main thing about this ult is... Oh, it's gonna be there. It pulls people together, right? But your team can't really shoot this. It gives you gold, too, like, can help you survive. But your team can't shoot this, and you try to charge it up, and they all just get away, right? We just needed to be here. Keep that cart going. We have to, on attack, be really cautious to get a 5v5 fight. So it's just like ult error. It's just like not using it right. You're not going to get a kill there. It's your ult. So I get like, oh, I want to have like a big one, but it's like if you ult and can get one kill, it usually wins a fight. Especially if it's a support that you're sure you can kill. We also need to just do a little more heat management. I'd like to see you spam a little more in spurts, because if you overload your gun like that, it just takes a while to reload. I like the perk. I don't think the other perk is that good. When we're attacking here, usually it kind of costs you nothing unless there's like people being really aggressive here to just come up the stairs and help your like your team clear the sojourn. I like that you use cover here. So again, with we javelin spin, try to get near as many people as we can so we can kill them. Yeah. And so you see that guy fell, we can get a kill with that. I used to think Weeing ult was bad, but it's basically like a free fucking kill, especially if it's on like if they throw it on Tracer or something. We hear the soldier ult. Now we might look for a javelin and back Orion to clear space around. Or we like to go here to cut them off to stop them from backing away from the soldier ult. Boom, nice. I like that I want you to do this more for like heroes on their team, players on the other team. I like that you cut off the rest of the damage to just isolate the Bob. Another thing about Bob is like, I usually look for a javelin on him. I like that you got a kill though. And then I'll like spin to eat his damage, and I'll just be wailing on him with headshots. But he shoots it. If Ash hasn't hit anything, he shoots at the nearest person. So it's good as tank, depending on where your health's at, to absorb as much of his damage as it can without dying or putting yourself in trouble. But so he's not shooting like the people on your team who don't have survival abilities and have like a third your health, right? Yeah, the Ryan's dead. We just pushing them. We can just like spin at this. And that would be the other thing. This Ryan makes a very good decision. Because he doesn't want the thing that happened to you to happen to him. So he's like, I can't reach the stall. I'm going to stay here so that I don't die and make sure no one dies so that they don't respawn all the way back there. Yeah. But I see this personally. I'm on Orisa. I'm already looking. When I see that they're not contesting, I'm already looking to rotate. Like that your soldier is. And just, I'm really trying to, I do not want the payload stuck here. With them in control, I want to push them back so they have the hold here. Turn it from 2 fights into 1 fight for me on attack, right? Like here, there's a problem that'll happen a bunch of times of how you cross this space. That's where they can damage you from. And we're just tight to here. They can't do shit about it. We can also just like to run through this. We can come down here. They can kind of damage there, which is why you usually do this. And then you work to this. And then we might work, if we can get like kind of this like foothold, now we have these options. Cover, right? Someone opens this flank for like someone on our team. There's this other flank like through the bottom area. We're shooting him. We just push people to fucking gather. So versus Orion, we want to just keep facing him and like push him back. It also would have been good around here. Notice you still haven't looked back, right? We're here. We should be here. The Sojourn can just shoot us. We're here. Like, Ryan's not gonna kill us. We can do our little count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the payload's kind of coming up. We don't have to force anything. We just want to have this. If I can get around Orion and push him forward into my team and he's dead, then like, bam, things are looking up for the old Hootysweat, and we can kill these guys and maybe like it's one fight, maybe we just win at this point. But do you see how like wide you are? One other thing to note, make us here. So I don't even mind this disengagement. I'm not sure I would have spent the gold so readily, but it comes from fighting this way against him instead of fighting this way and pushing back using this. I like that you disengage though. Like, this is really good to hold. He does that shatter? Okay, nobody can see that on his team. We could push into these guys and barrel stuff them. Probably kill Lifeweaver or Moira for free. And if we force them back, they can't help their Rhine. Again, like, you charge it for an hour, right? And like, really? Are you that much better off than the Rhine here? Right? It's because we're just taking all this damage for free. So, like, when you wrote about this game, it was like the Ashe is doing so much, and it's kind of because you're letting her, because you're like looking at the Rhine all the time and not really positioning in a way to like not let the Ashe and the Sojourn, who's also doing a lot of work, like just shoot you for free. And then here, it's just gonna be like kind of like your team is absolutely not doing great for you here. But even now, like, just execute this a little better. We can pin the Rhine in here. But the main thing that's going on is we're like looking this way, and I think that's a Rhine who's invisible, and not just killing this guy who's up in our grill, like shooting our team. Well, I think Rhine got pulled. We back off. I like that you back off. But now we get a little just tunneled on the Ashe, and she's just gonna do more damage to you. You're not gonna get a kill at this range. We shoot her a bit to back her off on the angle and take like here. Come out, shoot her a bit, take this. Yeah, and we just come up here and start putting out pressure just by standing on the objective or looking for this like end around play. We take this. We can come out here and kill her. We could, they're all over there, we could come around over here and try to kill her. Usually I'd want the cart a little closer to where that flank is. But you can just see, like, we're just, at this point, we're taking a bunch of damage. It forces her supports up. We don't really get out of here, and so our guys hang out. Here we're not modeling good behavior, and then they're just in the sight line of these DPS. The other thing is, like, always come out, like, sort of this way on tanks, because you don't have that much line of sight. And then, you know, we're D.Va, we matrix a bit, and maybe boost to here, and then we can boost up. So, like, a swap could have held Sigma or D.Va, or just take less damage. So, about out of time, but I hope that helps, and let me know if you have questions.